Today on Suncoast View, a Sarasota budget battle brings up parking problems. Will getting cash for cars around town help? And hurricane season is here, and Canine Corral has tips to protect your pets with the latest technology.
And our favorite daredevil, Bello Knock, is on stage this summer at the historic Oslo Theater. We join him, and wait till you see what happens when we give some of those stunts a try. All that and more right now on Suncoast View.
Oh yes, that was us upside down. Welcome to the show, and welcome to our good friend, Daredevil Bello Knock.
Thank
hey.
you. Thank you so much.
Exciting.
Yeah, always great to be here. Thank you.
What is exciting is to visit your office and have you put us in your place. So I know we do this with you, but it was way more fun to go to your
really?
office.
Oh, great. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
I feel like
all play.
Yes.
It
yes.
does, and I feel like I'm a professional now.
Okay.
All right,
She knows
you fixed
just
up.
enough to get hurt.
Yes, exactly. Well, nothing better than the honor of being on stage with Bello, and we, of course, are always honored when you come to visit us.
Oh, thank
but
you.
you know what was exciting for me? I am hanging out with my family, watching TV last week, and all of a sudden, my cell phone, I'll admit I'd stepped away to do dishes, starts buzzing and beeping, and everyone says, that guy with the hair on your show, he's on TV. You are competing in America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
How exciting.
It is a lot, really exciting, a lot of fun.
You stood up for Sarasota. You made a great name for yourself. But tell me about Simon Cowell giving you a hard time by claiming he doesn't like clowns.
Well, that was one of the challenges of going there. Is Simon has said that he dislikes clowns, doesn't like clowns, will never like clowns, and a clown will never win America's Got Talent, and he will never, he said, his quote is, I'll never be won over by a clown.
Huh.
And so that was a big challenge. You go, all right, well, if a guy who has seen so much and done so much for entertainment, I think I'm a different version of a clown.
I would agree.
I want to see if I can change his opinion.
And you made it to
I
the next
did.
round.
Yeah.
So we know you're going to the next round. I know that's all we can find out right now.
I think you're much more likable than Simon is.
Well, I give you a lot of credit because he definitely had his, common negative aura coming out towards you, and you were completely unflappable.
Well, thanks. You know, been in entertainment my whole life, so rejection is part of the.
But public rejection. I mean, that was national television. Him giving you a hard time.
I think I've told you guys, I've never taken myself so serious that other people don't, and I will never say that, I'm a winner of this and that, and now I don't have to compete anymore.
Right.
I'm up for any competition with anybody anywhere, because that will set the standard, and entertainment doesn't have the most amount of competition, so that show is pretty unique that it is entertaining and competition, and you could be up against a 6-year-old with as a ventriloquist.
And you may be.
Yeah, and so you never know. So I'm up for, in life, any competition, anywhere, anybody, anytime, just for the fun of doing it.
Well,
because,
congratulations.
And it must be frustrating because you have to make your act smaller because you're capable of doing so much more than that.
Yeah,
so you're squeezing it down.
So in this theater, can we bring the helicopter? What can we do? And so I even had to make that sway pole even shorter just to fit in that stage.
To fit it in.
And,
well, we can't wait to see what you do next.
Thanks.
We are so proud of you. We love that you said proudly you're from Sarasota. And 8 generations.
While standing upside down on a sway pole.
Makes a good name for our area. So we look forward to watching you more on that show. We're also happy to have our friend Hal from Harry's Continental Kitchen back in our kitchen. Newly married, freshly tanned, and hopefully still cooking as great as ever.
And I got a bottle of rosé.
All right, we're celebrating, huh? 2 weeks of marriage, you've made it.
Yep, we're doing great.
All right, tell us what we're making today.
Today we're doing also a non-cooked meal. We're doing ahi tuna poke.
Ooh.
It's a Hawaiian specialty. It'll be on our next prefix, so it'll be part of Savor Sarasota going into July. So we're going to start this actually on Thursday, a new menu for lunch and dinner for the Savor Sarasota menus. So
Sounds great.
$32 4-course menus. So
all right. Well, we love our restaurants that continue the Savor Sarasota menu throughout the summer. So we'll be happy to join Hal in just a few minutes. Ladies, I have an email to share, and it's one that made me laugh out loud. Pete from Venice writes in, please send the girls to Apron's cooking class before someone gets hurt. All right, I'll admit I was minorly offended by this because I like to consider myself a talented home cook, but Linda, I think this is why. Watch yourself slice this tomato. No.
Okay, the point is to get the top off.
No, the point is to turn
that
it.
top come
oh,
off.
But you don't cut towards you. You always cut away from
and you turn a tomato to its side and cut down.
Well, I didn't know that part. I
I've
just know you
never been injured cutting a tomato. And I
Knock
swear,
on wood, knock on fake wood.
When I die, it will not be stabbing myself
Bit
while
with a
cutting a
tomato.
tomato.
I know our viewers are worried about your fingers, and I'm worried about eating them. So.
I think we should actually go to that class. We admittedly say we're pretty bad.
I would agree with that. So if anyone would like to come teach us some lessons on how to do better in the kitchen, we are open.
Or even
for
just
that.
learning what the vegetables are.
Just turn the vegetables.
I have no intention of spending more time in the kitchen. That's why God made restaurants.
Well, we appreciate our viewers for watching that closely and always for
And
giving us
caring.
the feedback.
Yeah.
And caring. Linda, they're worried about you.
See?
I'm perfectly safe. I raised 4 children and fed them every day and was never injured in the kitchen.
It's funny what you can forget, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm just teasing.
Got all my fingers.
It is time for our first hot topic, and parking problems, often a big topic here in Sarasota. They appear to be keeping the city from approving a budget for the coming year. Well, now there are discussions to raise more money in the future with paid parking on St. Armand Circle, plus another proposed parking meter program downtown. The city aims to spend almost $4 million less overall next year, but that's leaving the parking management fund short. So business owners, their goal is to create more turnover in parking spaces because it means more customers for them. Do you think paid parking will help or hurt the businesses?
Well, it didn't work before when they tried it. Those parking meters were out a year, maybe, I'm not even sure that long. And suddenly traffic stopped downtown. And I can admit, I'm one of those who drove by and said, I don't see any free parking. I just kept going, went somewhere else.
Well, I kind of find it, it's kind of hard. This is not a community that really supports paid parking. In Miami and those areas, you definitely have to. But I don't think that having paid parking is going to help with the turnover. I mean, people are going to be there regardless.
And you want them there. You just want the turnover so the shopping can occur.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we need to wake up. So I spent last weekend in Athens, Georgia. It's a university town, but it's definitely a small town and a way smaller town than ours. Every single parking spot in that entire area had a meter on it. There is no free parking. That is just the way it is.
And we all came from places where it was like that.
Exactly. You're
But
just
once we
used
get
to it.
here, we've always had free
Well,
parking.
people
and
will
we
get
expect
used to it. I mean, I think if you literally make 0 free parking so that there are no options.
Well, they're hurting downtown
but that's the thing,
now.
people don't like
You're going to
change.
destroy the downtown shopping because I know they're hurting really bad right now because I shop downtown a lot. So you totally only paid parking, then you're going to hurt them even more.
See, I think that's where the issue is. We are so spread out that, for instance, if you don't want to pay for parking here, you can just go to the university area.
Well,
or
that's
you can
true.
go south, or you can go this.
Right.
In other areas like Miami, everywhere is populated, everywhere you have to pay regardless of where you go.
Even the malls?
You're going to, yeah, or not the actual
No,
malls,
no.
but around. You know.
Around, yeah.
But the thing is, you have too many choices here, so if you make one
Too many other
area,
options.
yeah, you make one area paid parking, people are just
Right.
going to go to
They'll
the
just
other
go to the
area.
mall if you've got to pay downtown.
And you know, back in the day, this is given the age away, when every meter, every spot had the actual meter, it was just simple. You parked in front of your meter, you put your quarter or whatever, and it was easy. I travel all around, so when you go to Germany, it doesn't matter where it is, France, here in America, you've got to try to figure out that system.
Which
And that's
system?
wonderful for us locals. You go, oh yes, it's over here, you put the thing in, and it's spot 22. Now all of a sudden tourism, it starts to become another little bit of a damper, and I think people would just go, let's.
Right.
Yeah.
I
Just
can't
keep
see
going.
where I'm going to pay.
Yes.
Will it
Yeah.
take a card?
I can't
Yes.
figure it out.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, maybe we need to not look at parking as a revenue source then. But
Right.
that
We've got
is
all
another
these
problem.
new garages too. I mean, we do have State Street
But
garage.
don't you avoid those because you know
No.
they're $5?
Oh,
no,
they're
right now
free.
they're free.
They're
But
free.
the thing is, you couldn't. That would be easier to say, paid parking. That way, if you can't free street parking, then you
They
just
make
go
the
to a
garages
garage.
$5. Well,
I
that's
think
what they're
that would
talking
be a
about
better
on St.
option.
Armands. So, well, speaking of money, a woman traveling through Orlando's airport says TSA stole her money from her bag while she was going through a pat-down. So the passenger was asked to undergo additional screening as she passed through security. Well, she complained that she could not see her bag while the pat-down was occurring. She must have known there was something in it, because when she was reunited with her bag, she found her money missing. She asked a TSA agent if the bulge in his shirt pocket was her money, and surveillance video showed the passenger was right and the agent was arrested. This made me think, though, do you keep that close of an eye on your bag as it goes through the screening?
I trust
If
those
you're asked
people.
to step away, I don't pay any attention to my bag
I
at that
don't
point.
either. That must have been a lot of money to make a bulge.
Well, I think
Yeah.
she must have known she had a lot of money in
must
there.
have been a big, big amount.
But still, what a scary story.
That is
And
crazy.
it would be easier to steal $20 or,
Right.
just small amount.
The funny part about it is when you started reading that, I started thinking, well, maybe she just lost it.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Right.
what my initial thought was, that because that's what I would think. I lost it. I would not have even guessed that the TSA would have done that, because
Yes.
you just think that they're so trustworthy because they're supposed to be keeping you safe. So that is just, in
Honestly, there's a
itself.
bad egg in every bunch
right.
in the world.
I think they
you know,
are
I mean,
trustworthy.
Yeah.
It's just there'll be a bad person in every group.
Absolutely, one in every.
Yeah.
But something to remember. I mean, if you slip a nice watch off and put it in the side of your bag
Yeah.
to send your bag through security, who's
Yeah.
to say that they can't?
Yeah.
And you won't believe
always
you
be
lost
cautious,
it.
I guess. Yeah.
No, very interesting. So the Hollywood Walk of Fame class of 2018 has been announced. It's a big one, but some wonder if stars are getting their stars too soon. Movie actress Jennifer Lawrence gets a star. TV star Niecy Nash. Those names on the list that seem premature to many, especially when the class also contains icons like Linda Carter, Shonda Rhimes, Steve Irwin, and, get this, Minnie Mouse. Are we giving out too many stars? Do you remember when that used to be such a big deal to go
Oh, we used to cover it in
to
Los
the
Angeles.
walk? Right.
Good
Do you
news
think
story.
you cover it
Do
now?
you have one, Bello?
Bella has a star.
I'm staying really quiet.
I saw you taking the picture with the star a couple months ago, and I was
remember
just
that. Well, and that was my next question is,
But I can
face
see.
is red.
But here's the thing: I can see why he's had been doing that.
Longevity.
Yeah,
I
He's
think
got
Oprah's
16
giving
world
them out.
records.
You get a star. You get a star. You get a star.
but there's something to be said for longevity. And some of
Yes.
the younger names, when you can last in this business 25 years, you have longevity. When
Yeah.
you've made 2 hit movies in 5 years, I mean, Niecy
What is
Nash
she going to do after
pretty
30?
new on this
Yeah.
scene.
Well, no, actually, she's been doing. She started off on Comedy Central during Reno 911.
Yes,
and that was
I do
like
remember that.
about 10, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Because I
You-
think I was in high school.
What do you think,
know,
Bello?
well,
what do you think about
you
the stars
always-
around you?
You always have to have something new to sell. It's like if a store had, well, we're always selling last year's car model. So there's always someone, and I'm fortunate enough to say that I'm lucky enough to have one on both coasts. One here at the on the West Coast, and then one here at the on St. Armand Circle at the Circus
that's
Ring of
right.
Fame.
Wow.
So that's pretty neat. But that's what $20 will get you.
Yeah, right. Oh, they are
But
so
you're-
careful
You're
who
all,
they choose.
there's you got to have something new to sell.
Yeah,
and so
good
you
point.
can't just all be Bob Hope and Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy and Lucille Ball and stuff like that. You've got it. So if people hit different criteria and come from different, everyone's got their challenges to overcome, and people come from different walks of life and they make different marks. So I think it's keeping it hip, young, and Mickey Mouse
I
has
think
one.
that's a
Minnie
good
Mouse
point.
deserves one too.
Especially because Lin-Manuel Miranda was one who got
Yeah.
a star. And, his name just popped on the scene in the last few years with Hamilton to truly get his fame. But look at what an impact it has been in only a
Yeah,
few
when you think
years.
about that, yeah,
Major
makes
so
sense.
that may be a different way to look
Yeah.
at it rather than, longevity, but impact.
I'm
If
going to
you
go
think
get
of-
my picture made
yeah,
with your star.
thanks. I
Hey,
took on with
we
my
want
brothers. I wish
stars.
if you look at how many actors that are out there and how many people have one, I bet you the percentage is still pretty low.
Absolutely.
yeah.
In which case, a major congratulations to you
Thank
as
you,
well.
thank you.
Because we like that it's not just Hollywood, that it's now expanded to
Yes.
entertainment,
Yeah.
to stage, to things like that.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
that's a good
exactly.
thing. Well, Linda always says age is just a number. Well, here is more proof. Meet 91-year-old Joanna Quass. She may look like a great grandma with short hair and glasses, but from the neck down, she is elite athlete. Watch this. She is killing it on the parallel bars. She can do a headstand. She can hold up her body weight and return to a parallel pike position at 91 years old. She
Wow.
holds the Guinness World for oldest competing gymnast. She says, "My face is old, but my heart is young."
And so
Bello,
is her
I know you
body.
understand
I like
the
that
strength
concept.
involved there.
Could your grandparents have done that at 90?
No.
But you may be able to, we hope.
I can't do that at 37.
That's
So,
inspiring. That's
that
really
is.
something else.
It's keeping up your muscle tone,
Yes.
I would think. You know?
Someone told me the body is the only engine, like the more you use it, it doesn't wear out. The more you use it, the better it is. And they say that if you rest, you rust. And so it's the only
Okay.
engine that the more you use it, it doesn't wear
As
out.
long as
all
you
we
can
gotta do
keep
is
the
keep
parts
moving.
moving. I've
Yeah,
had to
it's-
replace 2 elbows, so
Well, how inspiring. That's pretty neat.
That is.
that is great. All right, well, we're going to
Can you
keep
do it,
that in
Linda?
mind.
We'll find out when I get 91.
That's right.
What do you mean, can I do it? I'm not 90 yet.
That's
Well,
right.
can you do that?
She's got
I
15
couldn't
years
do that
to
at
practice.
15.
She's got 15 years
We'll
to
show
figure
it
it
later
out.
when you guys come
Yeah,
visit.
Bella's
gonna-
going to teach me.
We're going to check out our happy hour forecast. When we come back, we need to talk about storm season and protecting your pets.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Some isolated but heavy rain around the Suncoast right now has prompted the National Weather Service to issue a flood advisory for northeast Manatee County. There's another cell right there near Oneiko, just near Bradenton as well. That is an outflow boundary, which is starting to get rather active right now, producing some lightning strikes just in the last 10 minutes, and that's from State Road 64 down to State Road 70. But this is the cell that has prompted the National Weather Service to issue that flood advisory for parts of Hillsborough, Polk, and also northwestern Hardy County, as well as into northeast Manatee County. And then down south, nothing going on right now, but we do see an outflow boundary coming down across parts of Lakewood Ranch there and also into central Sarasota County. That will generate other showers and storms over the next hour or so. So we'll keep an eye on that and let you know about our rain chances for the rest of the work week, as it looks to be pretty high here across the Suncoast. Right now we have some clouds, 86, and the heat index at 94. Well, much more, as I said, on our weather for the rest of the work week and beyond today at 5. See you then.
We are just at the very beginning of hurricane season, and there's a very real possibility that we're going to be impacted by a storm this year. Is your pet a part of your family's plan? Mark Shambor from Canine Corral is here to talk about technology and how it can help you keep your pets safe. First, inspire us. Show us some of your beautiful dogs at Canine Corral.
Well,
Mark.
it's never a dull day at the Canine Corral, let me tell you. There's always something new, a new dog coming.
Oh,
that's Frances
how
right there.
cute.
That's actually her first day, which was last week. Beautiful dog, beautiful dog. That's Annie, who came in very shy, and you can tell she's kind of come out of her shell a little bit. And that's a doodle party.
Oh my goodness.
The cutest thing
Little
ever.
doodle party there
different they
going
are.
on. This is nap time. We've got Ben and we have Polo, and they just found an open cabinet. Now there's Ben. This is how it could look. He could look very vicious on the right side, but all he is doing is yawning.
I think he's just
sleepy.
smiling. That's a big smile.
And this is my oldest Pasquale, who I have with me now, and
Oh.
my youngest rescues. And then Toby is way in the back, but you can't see him. Yes, they sleep with me in my bed.
So did mine, so I know exactly the nice feeling. Now, every year you've brought us a tip as we go into hurricane season, so sort of recap what you've told us in the past.
Well, you know, I can't believe this is the third year I've been on the show. First
Can't
year,
believe we're still here.
lucky us. I'll tell you, the first year I wanted to express the need for a crate. A lot of people, they finish crate trading and they get rid of the crate. And the idea is that you can't get to a hurricane-friendly shelter without a crate. And also, even at home, if things are blowing around, you may want a crate at home also. So make sure you have a crate, fold it up, put it under the bed, and when you need it, take it out. The second thing, last year, actually, Pasquale demonstrated it, was a life jacket.
Okay.
You know, we don't think about the fact that we always think the dogs will be with us, but what if we are separated? You know, when the time comes, put a life jacket on your dog, and hopefully nothing will happen, but if something does, he'll be floating around somewhere.
Well,
So
Hurricane Charlie, I covered that. So many dogs were lost from their owners.
Oh,
So
yeah.
many.
It's terrible to be separated. The important thing is, please don't leave them at home if you leave. That's the worst thing you can do, to leave your pet at home, because you don't know what the fate of them is going to be. All my pets have to come with me because they're my family. I don't know how I'll get them all together, but
Yeah, big car. So there's a new device that can keep us from losing our pets, or help us find them if they do
what
get lost.
I'm recommending this year is a GPS tracking device. Now it goes onto the collar of the dog, and they also have one that's built into the collar too. This particular one with the GPS, if you get separated from your dog, based on the free app that you have, you can find your dog anywhere.
That is wonderful.
The other thing too is that we may not have power here, so by computer or by your cell phone, you can give the amp to somebody up north, and they can tell you where your pet is,
Oh,
so
my
that
goodness.
you can get them back quickly. Yes.
Amazing.
The other thing that I like about it is you can cordon it off, so if they leave your yard, you can know if they leave your yard, and also if somebody finds your dog, there's a button on the front here, a white button, they can push that and it will alert you.
Oh,
that they have your
wow.
dog.
It's like find your iPhone for your dog.
Technology
It is
is
so
a wonderful
awesome.
thing.
It is so awesome.
Yeah.
You can buy it for less than $100. We have it at the corral, and it's just something that, whether for a hurricane or not, it's
Should
very
be on our
valuable.
list, yes.
Definitely.
Tell us about our hurricane list that we need to have now, the hurricane guide.
Well, one of the things that I gave Bobeth was some food. We need food and
Yes.
water, of course, and that's a packaged meal for an average-sized dog. It's sealed, so you don't have to worry about the kibble getting wet. Also, we have a bucket here. It's a sealed bucket, and with that bucket, you can put all your hurricane supplies in the bucket, and there's food portions on the top. That's 3/4 of a cup per portion. So you can put your food and your water in each one of those if you choose to
So
do
you
so.
don't have to worry about, trying to get the portion size or getting another bucket or getting another item.
having to have a
Exactly.
cup.
Yeah.
And,
And I know you need your vaccination record too. You can't get into the shelters here unless you have one when you take your dog.
Definitely. You need your vaccination record. You need any information of the dog, anything pertaining to the dog. Also, I always recommend that you take a picture with your dog
Oh,
also.
yes.
Have it physical, have it on your phone also, but your phone might get lost. Medications are very important to have for your dog, and you may want to list those as well, including in case you get separated. There's different things, you got first aid, I've got a sweater on him, you want a
So
sweater.
full plan, the same
yes.
way you would plan for the rest
Yes,
of the family.
Because you have to
Definitely.
have those things if you go to a shelter. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Canine Corral website can tell you everything you need to know, and you can get all that arranged. Next, Dr. Jenny is going to talk about our bones.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7.
The impacts of greening are affecting every corner of our economy.
Local experts and business owners speak out how citrus greening is impacting Florida's cash crop and how it will continue to hurt Suncoast farms and workers. I'm Alan Cohn. We'll hear from local citrus growers on our roundtable discussion.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
With a top prize of $10 million, the new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery is your ticket to take on the world.
If you get knocked down, stand up again. Repeat up again. Give me one chance, I'm gonna make it. Give me my chance, this is my chance, I'm gonna take it.
The new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery. One of our life-changing scratch-offs offering billions in cash prizes.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota flooring.
Looking for carpet? Look no further. Minnesota Flooring has Smart Strand carpet as low as $1.79 per square foot. Installed, no add-ons or extras. Unbelievable? Minnesota Flooring can have in-stock carpet installed in your home in 48 hours for as low as $1.99 per square foot. Don't miss these prices. Visit Minnesota Flooring today.
And welcome back. Bone density becomes an important factor as we age. That's because it can be used to help calculate our risk factor of how fragile our bones are and our likelihood of breaking bones. Today we want to ask Dr. Jenny Wilkins from Age Vital Pharmacy about what we can do to keep our bones strong and healthy. All right, Dr. Jenny, please explain to me what bone loss is and how this happens.
Well, bone loss is really more cellular than you're actually losing bones. You have cytoclast and you have microclast. So when your body's producing plenty of cells in the middle of your bone, that's when your bones thicken up. So think of your skeletal system very much like a freeway, right? You have all of the engineers and the road construction people constantly having to maintain the roads, right? Because the environmental toxins will go ahead and put little cracks in there, little things. So our bones are very much the same way. So anytime we have any impact at all in our environment, whether we're playing basketball, whether we're swimming, anytime we're doing things like that, we're doing micro impact. Right, so we're always getting little micro fractures. So we need all of those cells to help produce and, you know, repair those areas that are constantly being
So what can we do
cracked.
to increase our bone health?
Well, number one, exercising is probably the top one because you want to induce that full range of motion, micro fracturing. So it's so important to do something that's causing you to jump and to skip and to have, you know, just full body, not just cardio alone. So I always tell people, take up a sport, you know, play some tennis, go, you know, throw a ball, kick a ball, something like that, something that's keeping you active. Kickboxing, that's really good. You know, I love kickboxing.
In addition to exercise, I heard there's a machine that could also help.
Yep, there's tons of machines out there that make tons of claims, but there's only one machine that I know of called the Juvent platform. It's actually a technology that NASA developed, and the astronauts, you know, because they're out in outer space, the center of gravity, they're not using their muscle and they're not exercising their bone. Again, exercising your bone, I can't emphasize that enough. So when they're out, when they come back down and they're up in outer space for 7 to 10 months, they can't walk. They're so brittle. They're falling on the floor. So they invented this platform, you know, handheld, or you can stand on it. I actually have one in my store that actually helps stimulate microfractures in the body. So it's based off of everybody's individual BMR.
Now, tell me a little more about the machine. Is it if I'm not able to go running, or if I'm not, you know, able to do other types of exercise, does that machine then help make up the difference?
Yes, it does. It's especially great. I bought it for my store because I have so many elderly clients that just can't get up and move. And a lot of them will come in and they have walkers or they're in wheelchairs, and just standing on it for about 20 minutes a day. I don't charge them. They just come in and stand on it.
Wow.
And within a year, there's about a 6% to 7% increase in bone density. That's huge.
Wow, that is.
Yep. And then they're actually more energetic. Their bones are getting stronger. Then they're taking up a sport because they're no longer hurting. It's getting rid of the osteopenia and the osteoporosis.
In addition to the machine, I hear products can also help. So certain vitamins or certain items?
Absolutely. Like I said, it's all cellular. So how do you help support cellular function in the bone? Amino acids. I can't emphasize amino acids. The building blocks to everything, for cartilage, to help regulate cells that are produced by B12, B6, because the B12 and the B6 help make those cells nice and plump, but the amino acids help you produce massive amounts of white blood cells in the bone. So just producing, the more cells you produce, the better you're repairing. So you constantly have people on the freeway going ding,
Give us a quick rundown. Give us a quick rundown of the other products that you think can help us.
Yeah, my Amino Pro, super important, all the essential, non-essential, conditionally essential amino acids. Then I have a prescription amino acid injection called Semarelin Forte Plus. So my Amino Pro is 21 aminos. The Semarelin is a 44 amino acid injection you take right before bed. Keeps you lean and mean, builds collagen, helps you repair from wounds faster.
Well, you definitely can go to their store and get all of the other items that, you know, we can use to help restore our bones and make sure we keep our bones strong and healthy. Now, Jenny...
Free parking on that machine.
Well, you can find more information on Jenny's website, agevital.com, or at her location off Main Street in downtown Sarasota. And when we come back, we ran away to join the circus. At least we ran away to join Bella's act. We'll tell you how it went when we come back.
I want to join the circus.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, Contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Get ready for the most hair-raising event of the summer. Feld Entertainment and the Ringling Museum present international circus superstar Bello Knock in Incredibello, a gravity-defying, laughter-inducing, super stunt performance live at the historic Oslo Theater. Don't miss out on the must-see event of the summer, Incredibello, playing June 13th through July 29th. For tickets, visit ringling.org today.
We asked you, Suncoast, why do you like ABC7?
I like ABC7 because it's local.
It gives me all the local news, local weather.
It's so local and so community-driven.
Haley Wilgus does a great job.
John Scalzi, that's my guy.
Bob Harrigan is wonderful. Stephanie's my favorite.
I like Scott Dennis.
I like them all.
We're all very grateful that you cover what you do and you're here to participate with the community.
ABC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Welcome back to Suncoast View. We're going to check back in with Hal from Harry's Continental Kitchen out on Longboat Key. And Hal, I understand as we're heading into the 4th of July, you can actually make our party prep a lot easier. Tell us about that.
Our gourmet deli takeout is coming up in 40 years this year, and that's what we specialize in is sandwiches for the boat, party platters that you can pick up, prepared dinners to go. We have some of our soups up here, our fresh from scratch bakery. We have a coconut cream pie here. You want to be a hit at the party, bring a whole Harry's pie. You know, we do it all at Harry's Deli, and the wine's 20% off when you buy a whole case, so come and stock up for that party as well.
Good to know.
The more you buy, the cheaper it is.
That's right. We'll come cook with you in just a minute.
Load it up till it's free.
Our friend and co-host Bello is having a very busy summer. Wow. He is competing on America's Got Talent, and he's starring in the show Incredibello at the historic Oslo Theater. We took a field trip to the theater, and you will not believe what ended up happening. Take a look. Bello, we just saw your show. It is awesome. We'd really like to be in.
This show is called Incredibello. If you guys want to join, it can be the Incrediview. So you go change, we're gonna start climbing, and you're gonna be the ring mistress.
Oh, great.
Okay? You've heard of the Wheel of Death?
Yes.
This one is just the Wheel of Boo-Boo. Yeah, if you fall, you'll get a boo-boo, not death. Okay, we won't take it that far. So, Bobeth, you're gonna stand in here. It's very easy.
Okay.
Any 3-year-old kid can do it.
Oh,
with,
so
with
now I'm
about
gonna feel bad if I
no,
don't
no.
know
It
how to
just
do
takes any 3-year-old kid with 30 years of practice, so you'll be fine.
All right.
Go back. Put one foot right in there.
Okay.
Just like that. You're just gonna lean like bend this elbow like that, and straighten this one, and you'll happen to roll. And just like that. And then switch elbows. And perfect. Hey, whoa.
I'm gonna go outside.
So
I'm ready to be in the
now
show.
you're ready to be in the show. So when we say go, you're gonna bend one elbow over
And
here,
you roll?
the elbow you want to go.
Okay.
That'll lean you, right? And as soon as you get upside down, you
Okay.
switch elbows.
Alrighty.
And switch.
Elbows. And go. I hear my bones popping.
Wow, you make it look easy. All right. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So there's so much physics that go into learning all the circus arts. You know, we don't put any act in a show unless you can do it 100 times in a row, perfect.
Wow.
Then it makes it to the stage.
All right, well,
So,
I like it.
We're
I'm
almost
ready.
there, just about 600 more hours to go. No. All right, Linda, we need a ringmistress. We need someone who tells everyone what to
Could
do.
I with that
and we
one or
found
that
the
one?
perfect
Yes,
costume
this is
for
what
you.
the boss-
It's your choice.
Oh, I want to be boss, absolutely. Oh, I love it. This is the real me.
Yeah.
It sure is.
Look what I want.
Yeah.
You taking my job? What's going on?
No, I'm joining you.
Oh, you're joining. Co-ringmasters. I like this. So, being a ringmaster, you've got to make sure that you're talking to people. It's very communicative. You're just having a good time, right?
Okay.
And you were showing me some of your skills earlier. You opened for
Oh, I
Circus
got a lot of
Sarasota.
moves.
Show me what you got.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, let the show begin.
I have nothing to teach her. Wow, that was incredible.
I know.
She's
Thank
coming
you,
for my
thank you.
job is really what's happening.
I can talk, that's all I can do.
That's
We're
okay.
gonna make Stephanie swing from the rafters.
It's going to be incredible. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right,
I don't
let's
know
do
if
it.
they are, but I'm ready. I'm good.
All right.
Okay, so my job is to go.
You're going to climb right up here. Annalise,
If you don't make my butt look small.
Perfect.
Good grief. I don't believe it,
Now,
Stephanie.
toes together. There you go. Toes together. There you go. Whoa!
Stephanie, are you nervous?
No, I love it.
But I am. Whoa. I wonder if I should try that no hands trick. Maybe not.
No. Keep your hands on. Please, Stephanie.
You're doing great,
Don't you try
Stephanie.
that. Hold on.
Wow!
Ladies and gentlemen, we give you a show never before seen by the human eye. Bellow View! Take it away, guys! I'm praying for you guys. And ladies and gentlemen, she is not tied down. She does not have a harness, and there's no net. But what goes up must come down.
Don't say that.
I see a whole new career. If we never see you again, Stephanie and Bobette, we know you ran away with the circus.
I'm still rolling because I can't get out of this thing.
The audience is just about to come in. We see the door opening right now. Bello, this is very, very scary. Do we get to be in the show?
We'll see when the curtain goes up.
We'll be on the sidelines. There's shows 5 days a week, Tuesday through Saturday, 11 and 2. Look for us on stage.
Ringmaster David Shipman teaching you. How exciting.
How good looking he is.
And tall. What do you think, Bella?
Yeah,
Are we
so
in?
do we
I think you're in. We found the perfect balance for everyone.
So
But
much fun.
I love seeing you guys in danger. I was perfectly safe on the ground.
She was holding on to David
Incredibello
Shipman.
runs through July 29th. For tickets, go to the Ringling website. Next, it's time to get the kids off the couch this summer.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
Just go do it. Go do it.
If you're not in control, then who is? Live above the influence.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC7 News Update.
Good afternoon, I'm Haley Wilkes. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. Putting an end to human trafficking in Florida, what Suncoast Congressman Vern Buchanan plans to do about this problem this week in Washington. Plus, a change that has the Sarasota County Teachers Union upset, why they're unhappy with the superintendent over a decision involving a survey. Now, let's head over to Bob.
Thanks, Haley. A large area of showers and storms mainly to the north of us right now, but we have a few isolated cells in progress. This one in particular near Whitfield Avenue and 63rd Avenue East, near Onico, South Braden, getting a few lightning strikes with this. Again, all this kind of pushing and drifting off to the south and west. Elsewhere, there are isolated showers in eastern portions of Manatee County. Another cell more than likely building up here in the Bay Area as a result of outflow from this particular cell. Well, much more on the rest of the work week's forecast coming up today at 5. See you then.
ABC7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast.
You might feel like there's too many problems in the world, or that, you as a 15-year-old, 16-year-old can't really make a difference.
It's not always about you. It's not just one person. It's a group. It's a team.
Just that simple act is transforming someone else's life.
It's one of the best feelings in the world.
It'll just make you feel so good about yourself.
I'd do anything to convince you just to be a part of this.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
And welcome back. This time of year, it can be hard to get the kids off the couch and away from the electronics, especially with our steamy Suncoast summers. But kids who do not move enough are at risk of weight gain and other health issues. Janelle Garcia from Johns Hopkins Hospital, All Children's Hospital, is here to help with us, give us exercise ideas to help kids from just getting lazy, I guess.
Exactly.
The problem, though, is when I was a teenager, I used to lay around all day, and I thought the idea was about recharging,
That's very true. And, our kids, they're inundated with homework and just extracurricular activities. So I totally get that summer is a time to kind of rest up. However, summer is also a great time to establish new healthy habits. So exercise is a big part of that, which, as you said, it's hot here in the summer in Florida. However, there's tons of stuff they can do inside to be active and really help to better their focus. It could actually increase academic achievement by being physically active, as well as help with their self-esteem.
All right, so part of that getting that activity, you have come up with some games to help people figure out how to keep their kids active. Tell me a little about some of the game ideas that you have for kids.
So the games that we like to choose for kids, it's things that really don't require a whole lot of equipment or space, because we get that there's a lot of different gimmicky type activities out there, but for kids that are school age, they should just be playing. They should be being kids. So we like to pick activities that uses stuff that you probably have lying around your house or uses your child's body weight.
All right, well, you have some kids here. Let's start and see. Explain the game that they're going to play.
So what we have here, this is the beach ball game. So I bought this beach ball for about $1 at the grocery store, and I wrote all over it different kinds of exercises to do with different repetitions as well as time points. So you can just gather the kiddos in a circle and you just toss it to each other. So let's go ahead and get a good toss. All right, so you catch, and what are we looking at?
Hop on one leg,
10 each leg. All right, so let's hop on one leg 10 times. 1, 2, 3,
I
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Another leg. Go. There we go.
And now it's an actual fun activity
Now it's
where
actual
the
fun
kids are
activity,
involved.
and if you notice, the adults are doing it too, and that is really the goal, is to also have the parents involved, because they see everything their parents are doing, and our parents are our greatest role models for our kids. So getting them involved is great. You want to do one more?
Sure.
All right,
Okay.
let's do it. Let's see what we got. Hopefully it's a good one. 10 inchworms. So this one's a little bit more complicated. Do you want to show us the inchworm, Nolan? Go ahead. So this is an inchworm. So we're going in a plank position. We're tiptoeing our way up to our hands, and then we're walking our hands back out like little worms. So this is great for core stability. And really helps with balance and focus as well. And when you have kids this age too, we're really working on gross motor skills. So this kind of helps them learn how to use their body a little bit better. All right, guys, that was awesome.
Well, that's fun. Now, you have another group, and while they come up,
All right,
try to answer for me, why is the weight gain so prevalent in the summer?
So weight gain's tricky during the summer because there's really no structure. You know, a lot of parents, they say to me, you know, we really don't have time during the school year because of X, Y, Z. So when we get in the summertime, actually all that structure is gone. So scheduled meal times kind of go away, so there's more snacking. There's more sedentary activity. There's less, you know, bedtimes, planned wake times. So kind of things kind of go all over the place.
Okay, so
and it can be trouble.
Tell me about this game.
All right, so we're going to play the deck of cards game. So you can use really any exercise. I found this printout on Pinterest. So each suit has a different set of exercises. So you pick a card. Sam, why don't you pick a card from Soph there? Let's see what we have. All right, so we have a spade. So spades are going to be our wacky jacks. And so what the number is going to be the number of reps you do. So this is a king. So we're going to assign that 10 reps. So want to show them how to do a wacky jack? That's a wacky jack. So we're going to go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right, let's do one more.
And you pick another card?
Let's pick another card.
So I'll pick for you guys.
Bobette's going to go.
So it's a diamond.
3 diamonds. We have a crab walk. So we're not going to make Miss Bobette do it, right? So let's do 3 crab walks. Here we go.
Uh-oh, what's he doing?
There we go. And the more you can make it animal-oriented, the kids really love that as well.
All right, well, this is definitely a great idea for parents. Keep your kids active during the summer. Now, if you guys want to get more information about the kids' fitness on Johns Hopkins All Children's website, and they have all the details there. It's called Fit for All Kids program. And, hey, keep your kids active. And when we come back, next, Bello has a stunt with one of his family members. We'll be right back.
Until recently, getting older meant losing your energy, memory, sex drive, even gaining weight, but it doesn't have to.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jenny Wilkins, owner of Age Vital Pharmacy Research and Wellness. Reversing or slowing the effects of aging can be as simple as supplementing vitamins, minerals, and hormones that your body needs in order to look and feel young again. At Age Vital, we do this without taking harmful prescription drugs that often have a longer list of side effects than benefits. Growing older doesn't mean you have to feel older. Age well, Age Vital.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has answered calls for recovery and treatment 24/7, 365 days a year. If you're depressed, drinking, using drugs, or taking pills, call now and talk to someone who cares.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Most insurance covers substance abuse. You can get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call 800-622-1941. 800-622-1941.
For more than 100 years, American Humane Association has been teaching kids to be kind to animals. Those in our homes, on the farms, on the silver screen, and wildlife conservation, caring for the world's vanishing creatures. But we can't do it alone. Visit kindness100.org to find ways to teach kids how they can make a more caring, compassionate, and humane world for all of us.
This is the story of a boy who was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
We're losing exotic animals on a daily basis, and the ones that we have in captivity are really the ambassadors for their wild counterparts. I'm Clayton Rozier from the Big Cat Habitat and Gulf Coast Sanctuary, housing over 150 exotic animals that needed a great home. And if you love animals, please help them. Do it locally. Support your local no-kill shelters, your local wild animal sanctuaries. Make a difference where you can.
Welcome back. Well, Bello brought a special treat to share with us today, and she is adorable. Tell us about your granddaughter.
This is Candace Corinne Knock, and she is here visiting and actually joins me up on stage every once in a while.
You've already recruited the 9th generation?
The 9th generation of live entertainers in my family, and
You're
it's just
grandfather?
yeah.
Oh, all right. I can't believe that sweet little baby is running off and joining your act,
She
but
is.
show us what she can do.
At 6 months old, you know, I've always been lucky enough to come over and do a trick for you, and I'm going to have the stunt double. Hey, sweetie.
That's a brilliant talent.
Yeah, can we show them your trick? You ready?
Yeah. She said yeah. Oh my gosh, look at her balance.
And are you happy?
Oh my gosh, look at her balance.
She's got it.
That's crazy.
That's Candace Corinne. Did you take a bow?
Take a bow.
Oh, she's looking at you.
She wants to check out for Beth. Can you do it one more time?
Yes,
Can she do
absolutely.
It? She, a repeat
she loves
performer?
it. She loves it.
Can I do this?
Can we take your finger out of your mouth?
She says, I don't know, I'm hungry. I'm eating that fist.
Yeah.
You show
Ta-da!
us?
Can you say ta-da? Ta-da!
Oh my goodness.
Was that
Oh, they start them young in the knockdown.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so well, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
She is absolutely beautiful, and it is fun to see Bello beaming as a grandpa, by the way.
Yeah.
It's a whole different side of you.
It sure is. It sure is.
We're glad and appreciative that you shared it with us.
Yeah, thank
Good job,
you.
girlfriend. Good job. All right, we're going to go celebrate some more in the kitchen with Harry's Continental. Their Savor Sarasota menu continues. Stay with us.
Start your day with a new Good Morning Suncoast team. Weekdays starting at 5 a.m.
Every child follows a path in life. For many, that path will lead them to a door that gives them a place to grow, to learn, to belong, a place to forge their future. Because while many doors open, these doors transform. They did for us. Support your local Boys and Girls Clubs. Great futures start here.
From our studios on Florida Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what's coming up at the top of the hour. Deterring crime through technology. The Bradenton Police Department is asking homeowners and business owners to join a new Safe Cam program. We'll explain how it works. In Suncoast Traffic Watch right now, no crashes in the area, but we're seeing traffic backed up on I-75. It's the northbound lanes from University Parkway north to State Road 70. Now over to Bob for another look at our weather.
Scott, not much happening. There's a few isolated showers and a few thunderstorms around this afternoon. The activity will be on the increase throughout the rest of this work week. This one coming out from the northeast to the southwest. It is weakening. It's over Bayshore Gardens near US 41, just north of the airport, producing a few lightning strikes right there. The outflow from that may be creating some other showers down the road. Had some big rain here just about a half hour ago. That has since moved on. We'll have much more in our forecast for the week coming up at 5. See you then.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC 7. We're here for you. This Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Minute is brought to you by Sarasota Ford.
The Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix was first organized in 1985. What began as an annual beach picnic for local children with special needs has expanded into an 11-day festival with the races televised to more than 100 countries. The entire festival is produced by Suncoast Charities for Children. The Grand Prix not only generates revenue for charity, but also a significant economic impact. Last year's event generated an economic impact of $37 million.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the
Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251. 800-628-1251.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Coming up Tuesday at 4 on Suncoast View, it's our rainy season, and that can keep those kids stuck inside. A mom blogger brings us places to go and things to do when we can't play outside. It is National Camping Month. Wait till you see all of the new gear to make camping comfortable and fun. Plus, Florida Studio Theater brings us the Jersey Tenors, and Michael's on East Chef Jamil is here with a specialty burger. Stay with us.
Welcome back. We are here with Chef Hal from Harry's Continental.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. What are we making today?
Today we're doing a ahi tuna poke, which is, you know, poke. It's getting real trendy these days. I think I see it all over the place. And if you're not familiar with what a poke is,
you put the in, you take it
yeah,
out.
It's pretty much the same thing.
No.
So it's like the Hawaiian hamburger. So if you ever go to Hawaii, you'll see it on a roadside stand. You'll see it in the delis. You'll see it in the supermarkets. And it pretty much, poke, the word refers to the way you cut the fish. So about the size of the cut. It's not much different than a tuna tartare. It's just the size of it. And then in Hawaii, they serve it on sticky rice. They serve it on a salad. They do mayonnaise mixtures with it. But today we're going to do this one, and I'm going to make the dressing first. So we're going to start out with the soy sauce. It's going to go in a bowl. I've got a roasted ginger puree that we made at the restaurant. We roasted ginger for about an hour until it's nice and dark.
Yum.
We're going to have about a teaspoon of the sesame seeds in there. We have some honey going in there for a little sweetness to counteract the
soy.
Well, we got red pepper flakes here, so that's a little heat, and then the ginger gets a lot of heat too. I also have, this is toasted sesame oil going in there, and a rice wine vinegar here. So this is rice wine vinegar, and then a little bit of sea salt.
Wow.
And
Not
then,
your own vinegar and oil, huh?
Yeah, so then you just kind of mix it up. And this is, you know, you have to gauge on how much you're going to use with how much fish you have or how saucy you like your thing. So like cooking anything, there's no perfect thing unless you're baking, but you're going to make it work.
Okay. Wow.
All right, so now we have our dressing on the side over here. We have our fresh tuna here, and I'll tell you, when you look for tuna, you want that bright red color. You don't want to see any gray or dark spots in it, because that's usually a bloodline, and that's going to taste fishy. So if you do have that from your fishmonger, you're going to want to cut that off. So I think it's a nice dice is the size that, you know, you're going to want to have. Nice chunks of it. So I'm going to slice it into 3.
Asking for sushi grade tuna, is that the key when you're making an ahi?
Well, sushi grade can be interpreted many ways. It can be frozen. You know, bluefins have to be frozen in order to be served. Yellowfin, I think, is one of the only ones that can be considered sushi grade and not be frozen. So you get it, get it fresh. So then I'll turn it this way, and this is a really quick way to chop this up.
Wow.
We're not gonna let Linda do this. I don't want a finger missing.
Exactly. You saw how that
All
went.
right. So here's about 5-6 ounces of tuna. We're gonna put it in this other bowl here because I don't think we're gonna need all that dressing. I don't like mine too. And then we have a sweet onion goes into it. They call them mahi onions in Hawaii, but this is a Florida sweet onion.
Okay.
We're gonna use about maybe 2 ounces of that in there. Not too much. I've got grilled pineapple. I think that grilled flavor really gives us some good flavor. And you see the pineapple is kind of the same size as the sushi, so as the fish. And then the cucumber is going to go in there too. So a little bit of that. And then we're going to take our dressing. And I'm going to say I want maybe 3 of these on here. We missed one thing though. We missed one thing in the dressing, a little bit of the fresh lime. But again, you don't want to, when you put this in here, you're not going to want to let this fish sit too long because the lime will start, the citrus in there will start cooking the fish. And you want it to keep it nice and fresh and
so
bright.
will it start turning brown?
Maybe white.
Okay. Smells so fresh. It's
But
amazing.
we're only using a half a lime, so it's not a ton.
Okay.
I've got my plate over here.
All right, and Hal, this is one of the courses of the new Savor Soda summer menu that you can experience at Harry's Continental, correct?
That's right. This is one of the appetizers on our Savor Sarasota menu. It's going to change this Thursday, the 29th, and run for most of July, towards the end of July. We couldn't change it on the weekend just because it's too busy to do that on a Saturday.
So just remember, that means $32 a person for 4 courses of dinner. It's a great value.
Here's a little extra thing I got. It's a spicy mayonnaise. So I got sriracha, I got a little Thai chili in there, and I've got a little of the rice wine vinegar. And like a hamburger, you want a little ketchup and mayonnaise on there. So get a little bit of that on the top of the garnish.
That's great. Go to Harry's Continental for great deals through all of July. They have their 4-course menu there and some great fresh flavors like this ahi tuna. All right, Bello, thank you for coming and sharing your family.
Thank you.
Great to have you. Great to see everyone. Be sure and take some time and enjoy the Suncoast View. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.